Let me ask you something. Why is it that some people make decent money but still feel like they're left behind? Whereas on the other hand, there are people who don't just earn money, but it feels like their money is working for them. Almost like they're playing a completely different game on a completely different playing field. Well, the truth is, they actually are. And the reason why this is the case is that most people think money is all about how much do you earn, how much do you save, but in reality, money operates on a different level. And if you don't understand which level you're on, you'll just keep on using the wrong strategy and repeating the past mistakes over and over again. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down to 3 different levels of money so you can see for yourself where you land, and these levels are level number 1, survival, level number 2, stability, and level number 3, wealth. If you're ready, let's get right into it. Understanding the game of money. Before we jump into the different levels of money, I want you to understand this. Money is not linear. Let me repeat that. Money is not linear. What this means is that working harder doesn't automatically move you upwards in the financial ladder. Many people not only work hard for their money, but they also grow their income over time. But unfortunately, they stay stuck in the same place. And that's because if you want to level up your money, you need to meet these 3 things: a different mindset, a different strategy, and a different relationship with risk. Remember, since money isn't linear, what got you from level 1 to level 2 won't be the same as what will get you to level 3. And unfortunately, that's where most people get stuck. Level 1, survival. Survival is level 1, which is where all of us starts, unless you're a Nepo baby, but I'm just gonna assume that you aren't. But if you are, hit me up. At this level, money is all about one thing, which is to cover your expenses, because you're barely making out alive, because you live paycheck to paycheck and your balance basically hits 0 before your next paycheck comes in. And you have little to no savings at all. Unfortunately, according to reports by Bank of America, 24% of US households were living paycheck to paycheck in 2025. This is a huge concern because basically having no breathing room in your bank account means that in case of an unexpected cost like a medical bill, rent increases, or a job loss, you're done. Basically, you're one accident away from being in a deep hole. And that's why at this level, your financial decisions are driven by stress, urgency, and short-term thinking. You're not asking questions like, which savings account is giving me the highest return, or where should I be investing? But rather, you're asking questions like, can I even make it till the end of the month? Let's first understand the psychology of level 1. At this stage of your finances, your brain is focused only on survival. Unfortunately, when you're in survival mode, these 3 things automatically happen. Number 1, planning for the long term not just feels irrelevant, but also overwhelming because you simply cannot think beyond a certain point. Number 2, taking risks doesn't just feel dangerous, but it also feels like it may put you a few months behind in your financial journey. Number 3, savings feels like it's an unnecessary burden. Let me say this out loud. Which many people get wrong is that this isn't a discipline problem. In fact, it's a bandwidth problem. Because when every dollar in your wallet has a job and you don't have the luxury to think about 5 or even 10 years ahead, all you care about is survival today. Here are the goals if you fall into level 1. You need to create a breathing space, period. No matter what price you have to pay, you have to create breathing room because at the end of the day, it will all be worth it. Here's how you could do this. Increase income. This can be done by working a part-time job or starting a side hustle. It sounds obvious, but it takes a lot of self-discipline and consistency. Reduce unnecessary expenses. Start recording every single penny that goes in and out. Then eliminate every unnecessary expense. For instance, it could be a subscription that you barely use, or fuel costs, which you can minimize by carpooling or taking public transit. Building an emergency buffer. Even if that means saving only $100 a month, you should do it immediately. Having a buffer ensures that you can move out of an emergency in an instant. The one thing that I want you to take away from this is level 1 isn't about investing. It's all about developing stability and control and becoming slightly more creative with your money. Level 2, stability. This is where most people spend their entire lives on, because level 2 is financial stability. Why do most people spend most of their lives on this level? The reason is simple. At this stage, your basic needs are covered and protected. You have some savings, enough to cover a 3 to 6 month emergency expense if your job ends, and you no longer are living paycheck by paycheck because you don't end every single month with a negative balance. At this stage, you might have a stable job, and you might be contributing to a retirement account, and you might be following a budget. But here's the problem. Level 2 creates comfort, and comfort becomes a trap. At level 2, people start to feel safe. They earn a steady source of income, they're upgrading their lifestyle one step at a time, and they're taking up larger financial commitments over time, like a car or a mortgage or whatever that might be. But the problem with lifestyle inflation is that it quietly absorbs any increase of income. According to a report by the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, 26% of Americans say they spend more than what they earn. So, even though the people at this stage are earning more, they're not building meaningful wealth. Rather, they're just using all of it just to maintain a higher lifestyle that's realistically cannot be afforded. Why do most people get stuck at level 2? This is the most important part of this video. No matter what anyone tells you, most people don't fail to reach level 3 because they're lazy. They fail because to them, being in level 2 feels like they've got enough. But the problem is that the strategy that works at level 2 simply stops working at a certain point. And people at this level are too lazy to think outside the box. Let me break this down even further for you. At level 2, you're taught to save money, avoid risk, invest consistently. Sure, it does work for preserving wealth, but it doesn't create exponential wealth. So people in this level keep on saving more, improving their budget, working even harder. But they never leap because they're still playing a game on level 2. Quick pause here. If this framework is helping you see money differently, then I want you to hit that like button. It really helps grow the channel and becomes visible to other finance curious people like yourself. All right, let's move on to the next level. Level 3, wealth. Level 3 is where the game really changes completely. This is the level where money stops becoming something that you earn and starts becoming something that you own and multiply without doing much work. At this level, income doesn't just come from your job, but it also comes from assets, ownership, and capital. Level 3 is built on 3 different pillars. The first one, ownership. Owning businesses, an equity stake, real estate, appreciating stocks or other asset. Number 2, leverage. Using other people's time, experience, money, or systems to help you scale more returns. Number 3, compounding. Allowing your money to grow over long periods of time steadily and also enjoying the compounded returns by investing them in places that further help them generate more passive income. The major mind shift for you at this level is that your focus shifts from how much can I earn to how can my money work for me? And here's a few examples of a level 3 thinking. Instead of you saving money in a savings account, you invest that money into assets that generates returns. Similarly, trading your time for money. You build systems or invest in businesses that grow over time and deliver high returns. Lastly, instead of avoiding all risks, you take calculated risks that have asymmetric upside. The mindset shift required. One thing is certain, moving from level 2 to level 3 isn't about just more money, it's about your identity. At level 2, your mindset is to protect, to save, and to minimize risk. But at level 3, your mindset becomes how do you allocate, how do you invest, and how do you take calculated risks? So why are the people in level 2 lazy? That's because they're going against everything that has ever been taught to them, and it's understandably not easy. These people are moving from a point of certainty over to uncertainty and from control to exposure. Why is risk misunderstood? Most people think that risk means losing their money. While it's true that there can be certain drawbacks on taking risks at level 3, the bigger risk is not taking any risk. You take a risk by thinking of 2 certain outcomes. Either it'll succeed or it'll fail. But regardless, it'll teach you a valuable lesson that you could apply for the next time. But if you don't take on any risk at this level, all you do is save and earn, and you'll be just guaranteed to stay at level 2. Remember, the goal isn't reckless risk. It's asymmetric risk with little downside and unlimited upside. And that's how real wealth is built. And with the passage of time, you become invincible. One of the major reasons why people never reach level 3 is not lack of information nor lack of income, but it's hesitation backed with fear of what if. People wait until they feel ready and secure and confident. However, the truth is, you just never feel fully ready to take on risks at level 3. So they stay in level 2, which offers them safety, comfort, and predictable outcomes. But it never really helps them build real wealth that can drastically improve their lifestyle. How to move from level 2 to level 3? Let's make this very practical. Here's a step-by-step method on how you can start to move and shift from level 2 to finally in level 3. Increase your investment returns. After you've saved money for a few months and have built up an emergency fund, you should immediately move away from putting money away into savings or a checkings account and allocate them into different assets. Learn how assets work, be it stocks, real estate, businesses, or even crypto. No matter what asset that you're looking to invest in, you first need to understand it deeply. Accept calculated risks. Understand this. You don't need to bet on everything, but you do need exposure. And that's why taking calculated risks is vital. Focus on ownership. Income is extremely important, but ownership is what builds real wealth. Owning different assets that grow over time is where your focus needs to be. Think long term. Lastly, level 3 is not going to be a quick win or easy money scheme. It's a long game. Understand that you're in the game for the long duration and it will take time for you to grow your money. Here's the final verdict. The game that you're playing on really matters. At the end of the day, money isn't about just how much you're making, it's about which level that you're really operating on. Level 1 is all about survival, making it alive for the next month. Level 2 is about stability, as it gives you much needed breathing space. And level 3 is where the real wealth is built and you can last for generations. Most people never reach level 3, not because they don't deserve it or they got unlucky, but because they just never changed the game that they're playing on. And if you follow these steps, you will be able to reach level 3. If this video has changed the way that you think about money, then hit that like, subscribe, and don't forget to tell me in the comments, which level do you think that you're operating on right now? Alrighty, I'll see you guys in the next video.